This is the story of a man who died in the desert and was reborn as the vigilante we know as Moon Knight.
I mean, this quote right here, it tells you everything you need to know. He is the definition of unpredictable. He isn't just a hero. He's this raw, unstable force of nature. And that's exactly what makes him so compelling.
So, where did this guy even come from? Well, you can forget your typical lab accidents or radioactive spiders. Moon Knight's origin is forged in the fire of a nasty betrayal, a death in the middle of the Egyptian desert, and, a little divine intervention.
Okay, so this is the absolute foundation of the character. You've got Marc Spector, a mercenary, who gets double-crossed by his partner, this guy Raoul Bushman, and is just left to die. But right as he's about to check out, he collapses at the foot of a statue of the Egyptian moon god Khonshu. And that's when he's given a choice. Serve me and you can live. He accepts and bam, he's reborn as Moon Knight, the Fist of Khonshu. But serving a moon god? That's really just scratching the surface. To really get who Moon Knight is, we have to look behind the mask. And what we find there isn't just one man, it's several. So Marc Spector lives with dissociative identity disorder, or DID, and this is so crucial. This was not caused by Khonshu. This condition started way before he ever became Moon Knight, and it's rooted in a really devastating childhood trauma, the discovery that a close family friend was actually a serial killer.
So to carry out his mission, Marc's mind basically created its own one-man crime-fighting network. You've got Stephen Grant, the millionaire playboy, who funds the whole operation and gets into all the fancy parties. Then there's Jake Lockley, the cab driver, who's got his ear to the ground, gathering intel from the streets. And of course, there's Marc Spector, the core identity, the trained mercenary who does the actual fighting.
And all of this brings us to the central mystery of the character, right? The very being who gave him that second chance at life. The Egyptian moon god, Khonshu. Is he a real god, or is he just another voice in an already fractured mind? For the longest time, the comics played this so brilliantly, they left it completely ambiguous. So we, as the readers, were stuck asking the exact same question as everyone else in his life. Is this guy a true divine warrior serving a higher power, or is he just a man suffering from some really severe delusions? So, what's the real answer? Well, it's not a simple either/or. The way it's understood now is that it's both. Khonshu is a very real cosmic being who chose Marc to be his avatar. But, and this is a big but, Marc's pre-existing mental illness completely shapes how he experiences that god. He's a divine agent and a man at war with his own mind all at the same time.
And this weird connection? It gives him some very real and very potent abilities. His brain was literally rebuilt to resist psychic attacks. He gets superhuman strength that's tied to the phases of the moon. At a full moon, he can lift up to 2 tons. And maybe the biggest one of all, he's kind of immortal. Khonshu can literally pull him back from the dead. And that whole immortality thing, it's not just a cool power on a list. It's a huge part of what makes him so relentless and so feared. For Moon Knight, death isn't really a final stop. It's more like a revolving door.
I mean, just look at this list. Over his career, Marc Spector has died multiple times, and in some pretty brutal ways. He was left to die in the desert, he was killed by the Green Goblin, drowned in the East River, he even sacrificed himself to save an entire city.
And yet, every single time he comes back, at least 5 times, his patron god Khonshu has just reached into the great beyond and yanked him right back. This whole cycle just reinforces their bond and sends a really clear message to his enemies. For the Fist of Khonshu, death is just a temporary inconvenience.
So after all the death, the resurrections, the mental turmoil, what's driving him today? Well, he's actually evolved. He's more than just a fist of vengeance for some angry god now. He's kind of flipped the script on Khonshu's divine mission and made it his own. He started something called the Midnight Mission. It's a place where anyone who travels by night, the lost, the scared, anyone who feels vulnerable can go for help. He's become less of a world-saving Avenger and more of a brutal, laser-focused protector of his own little patch of Manhattan.
When you get right down to it, Moon Knight just doesn't fit into a neat little box. He's this complex tapestry of identities, motivations, and realities. So I'll leave you with this question. When you look at the Fist of Khonshu, what do you see? A brutal vigilante? A man lost inside his own mind? Or a truly divine weapon?